because, as you know, every game of D&D has to start with a bad pun.
Of course.
I haven't lived the 15 minutes away from a Publix for like 3 fucking years now.
We don't even know what a fucking Publix is. Welcome back, attractive and well-educated watchers, to a brand new episode of The Frontier. Last time, it was Gia versus the volcano. This time, well, actually, last time it was like Olek and his own little private thing, but nobody here knows that. Everybody else thinks last time it was Gia versus the volcano. This time, we get to see the consequences of the party's actions as usual. So, with that, everybody feel free to introduce themselves, and then we got some block text.
I'm Anase Skyrider playing Aldous Ronan, the human armor artificer.
I'm Adam. I'm playing Torner Firestrike, the dwarven wildfire druid, and just hoping that everything doesn't blow up in our faces.
Yeah, for once you didn't catch the whole region on fire this time. Somebody else.
For once.
I'm Flicker playing Calden the Blade Singer.
I'm playing Orek, the Crazy Goblinoid and Volunteer Party Menace. Now enhanced with Wig, Fat, and Squirrel.
Who was right the entire time.
Who
told everybody, and they did not believe him.
I'm Seth Gatomiya. I play Anara Recolter, Druid of Land, and Requisite Group Furry.
Hey, Adam. I dare say that Flicker was trying to upstage you. He was trying to set the water itself on fire.
I know, right? Can't let this stand.
Oh boy, here we go. Alright,
water flammable.
Alright, guys. So, before things get going, we have a little bit of block text. As the sun drearily penetrates the cloudy next day of October 17th, the party is left to wander around and gaze upon the carnage of real war. Fires are being snuffed out by wandering cleanup crews, and dead bodies stripped and cleared away into burning piles. The enemy camp, now picked clean, is more of a burnt-up wasteland, and those few of the enemy in their logistics force that do survive are slowly but surely being finished off by those still healthy enough to clear the field. As Torner's wish provided an army capable of allowing the canyon to defend itself, your own losses were minimal, mostly consistent of major injuries and a few very slim unfortunate deaths called in, while the brunt of actual losses were taken by the plant folk and the animals of the canyon. Now, horrifyingly, many plant folk bodies are being eaten by the very animals that helped drive back the invaders, having outnumbered the offending force more than 10 to 1 once the enemy's defenses broke. The remaining plant folk are directionless and have drifted off into their respective communities to try to fit in where they are able and allowed. They have served the purpose of their existence, to defend the canyon, but now that there is no war, they all find themselves unable to make decisions for themselves, at least until they find out what this whole living thing is all about. The spiders of the Temple of Genesis, fearing the light but now required to interact in the day, dress themselves in billowing gaudy lengths of cloth and thick coverings to hide them from the light until they adapt. They hope that these sweeping adornments to their bodies will make humanoids less terrified of them. For now, you all realize that the war did far more damage than in simple lives and property damage. It left you with a hideous amount of responsibility, with refugees that either fought in or fled from the battle. What's worse, you know that if you don't strike back in good time, the Lady in Grey's forces will regroup and double back on your community, which already grows weaker by the day due to the needs of the Moriarty universe. You must now find out what to do with all of this. And we shall put in the loot page,
if I may.
What y'all get.
If I may.
Sure.
The only thing worse than death. Responsibilities.
Right. The consequences of your own actions. So, yeah, the totals of how many things fought in there are there, but you might not necessarily see all of them. Just letting you know. So, for example, you do not know where all of the crypt spiders went. Calden, we don't know why that was, but please don't disagree so fiercely next time.
Sorry, disagree with what?
Nothing. For a little bit there, it was just wind blowing into your microphone like it is now.
I don't know what that is. I really don't.
Mike might be a
probably a
touch too
fan.
sensitive.
It's probably a fan. The
across
last
the
time when you
room.
recorded, you had that issue too.
Anyway, so yeah, you will see in the loot page exactly who is where. We recommend that those with their stat pages open, that's pretty much everybody but Torner, should probably write this down. You know, in your respective communities. So the Verdan get a bunch of Garon, bunch of spiders move all over the place, bunch of Garon move all over the place, bunch of Leshies move all over the place, 300 Treants in the moist fields, and turn cloaks and blot the melee, over 450 POWs in Tiantong prison, who will be rehabilitated by the Verdan.
I got all this written down
Do
already.
I count the treants among mine?
No. That's not
Even though I
quite
lay
the
claim
same.
to the moist fields?
Lol. Okay, so we mean the moist fields is right now underwater, so have fun claiming it. So yeah.
Aldous' Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Yeah. So there are plenty of things. Olek, as we recall, had plans for the goblinoids. So
Interesting plans.
And as we recall, those plans, which the viewers know about, but the party might not know about, involved starving the POWs until they behave.
Much to Anarl's chagrin.
There's a question mark at the end
It's
of that.
only a war. It's never a war crime the first time.
So feel free to talk amongst yourselves about what to do with these literal thousands of new people in the canyon that you have to, have housing for and all that. Like, for example, what are you, Dalnama, going to do with your 2,000+ new residents? Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Roleplay. Here, you've got a lot of people. They're very confused on where to go and what to do.
Well, for the time being, I've got a bunch of leshies who would make for great scarecrows for various hungry animals. They just sit there, acting like a bush, acting like a plant. Something comes up, eat my fruit, eat my grain. No. Whack.
Spook them off.
So you're using leshies. Oh yeah. Did you forget also that the animals are now helpful?
I did not, however, that doesn't mean that they're not going to not eat my food.
I mean, okay, fair, yeah. We think the Verdan are probably stoked about helpful animals because they're like all interested in like taming hilarious creatures.
So
Pretty much.
Yeah.
yeah. Excuse me.
Beasts start at friendly, by the way, and animals start at helpful. The animals do not necessarily know what you're saying, but they will try in their own animalistic way to help.
So, as far as what to do, with the spiders, I ain't got a clue. Most of the way of life is just either doing your job or making food. For you and everyone else, in the case of, all the community trade and stuff. So, I mean, hey, spider miners might be pretty nice. If they want to get out of the sun, here's a way to get back into the dark.
They don't have the natural armor for the dimension, though.
Didn't say that.
Fair.
I still have the salt mine.
Salt mines.
I mean, one way or another, it would be helpful because they could dig out at least the paths so that, you can get to the minerals easier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At this point, I have enough laborers to turn the entrance to the mines into something that looks like the entrance to fucking Iron Forge in World of Warcraft.
Well, remember also that you have a temple to build, and so you can free up dwarves to build the temple.
That too.
And I imagine spiders could get to, the higher places.
They are spiders, they can climb walls.
Yeah.
So Dalnama is putting the spiders to work in the mines, where nobody has to see them.
The other thing too is that I do have the facilities for smithing, for all the facilities that I need to do for my magical artifice. So they can essentially be forge hands and that kind of thing. Maybe some of them even become trained in that, though that will take a lot of downtime, so that can't be done now. But looking to the future, it would scale up production. As well, with the printing press that I do have, I don't have any use for it, like, off the top of my head, other than the generic thing of printing books. Don't know what to print, but maybe we can start printing some of those really old books found down in the Temple of Genesis, down in the restaurant. So having a lot of hands to manage that printing press might be able to do something with that.
Realistically speaking, it can only have like 4 people on a printing press.
Probably, yeah.
You got
per press.
You got the tamper, you got the placer, you've got the like passer, and then you've got the pinner, and then you've got the folder. So yeah, it's like 4 people per press.
Guess I'll just have to make more then.
Gonna make a fucking library.
I will expand the library of Tiantong.
the library of Tiantong would be very thankful for that.
Yeah.
This is why I built this damn thing in the first place. That's all I got.
Alright, well. Calden! What is Ayla Sethasari doing with their, like, 1,000 more people, all of which are made of plant stuff?
Oh,
Say again?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You don't know what you suddenly need or want to do with 1,000 people here displaced by war? Congratulations, you are essentially in the same boat as most other nations throughout history. Congratulations. Dalnama is making, which we think is super condescending, by the way, is using the Leshies to be scarecrows. We don't know what they're doing.
My fields are currently flooded, so
a lot of them certainly are. But remember that a square mile is 640 acres, so you've got a lot more space than you might think. Should be growing rice, though. You have hundreds and hundreds of acres, is what we're saying.
The intrusive thoughts.
Oh no.
Grow more hemp.
Yeah, you've been just
Same
crushing.
Absurd growing schedule that I did during the elongated rest.
That was a pretty absurd growing schedule you had. You really chunked it up there, we're not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh, I think that was 69 harvests in 3 months.
Nice. Alright, so think about that for a second. Tiantong, what are you doing with your spiders and leshies?
Well, kind of similar idea to Dalnama. The leshies can help in the fields. Keep things off. Keep the.
Just putting it out there. Plant people can garden. They have little hands. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm just starting with that as a base, and also, gonna be expanding the fields and such as well, because got a lot of people to feed, and it's not getting smaller anytime soon with the rabbits around.
That's true.
I think I might have to start planting something other than grapes.
Well, do remember that the Garon and Leshies do not eat food.
Yeah, but The rabbits do.
And the spiders do.
Yeah, the rabbits and the spider. What do the spiders eat? Just any food humanoids would?
Liquid food mostly. Meaty, bloody stuff. Eggs.
Okay.
They like egg a lot.
Right, yeah, we've got plenty of ostriches.
It's very fatty and it's not good, like great for them, but it'll feed them.
So yeah,
That's how we get rid of the spiders. Cholesterol.
Clog up their arteries.
So yeah, protecting the fields, expand.
Torner's plans are pale. Excuse me.
He's going the American way of taking out the people.
Slowly, over time, with clogged arteries and heart attacks. Yeah. Weave it into their culture. They'll never see it coming. The eradication has already begun and they don't even know.
Oh god. Am I the bad guy?
And that is how the Italians are going to take over the world. Soon there will be nobody left but them.
Oh, when the sweet Italian grandma says, "Eat, eat," she's forwarding an agenda.
We're amazed that Iset doesn't have anything to say about this, because Iset, like, his family...
I'm just, taking notes.
Yes, good! This is good content!
I like just trying to figure out how it can be implemented on a large scale.
Slowly but surely they will grow fat and weak.
A new fast food restaurant chain called Olex.
That sounds awesome. We would eat at Olex. Probably get super high at Olex too.
The Frontiers version of McDonald's.
Oh, this is great. Alright. So, yeah, you're going to put the Leshies to work on the farming. What about the spiders?
They too can also help in the mines, but I'm thinking they can also help, in the Tiantong, keep. It's a nice cave. It's built into the side of a mountain. It will be sufficiently dark for them, I'd hope.
It can be sufficiently dark if they so desire, yeah.
Yeah, they can work in there, help keep things clean, that kind of stuff.
All right.
And yeah, that's all I can really think of at the moment.
Iset, would you please go over a quick blurb for everybody's sake about what the Verdan are doing with their Garon?
But that is just like the cultural part. What kind of work I'm doing with them, or what?
Yeah. What are you gonna use your nearly 600 Garan for? While they're not guarding their own POW or whatever.
Yeah, so basically the Goran, everyone who joins the Verdan has to basically start as a puppy. They're all babies. They're all little kiddos. They're all younglings who have to prove themselves, kinda, right? It's like you have to turn into an adult. So you stick to the culture, you learn how they do it. Then eventually, you go to the elders and say like, hey, here I have done this for the group, for the Verdan. I have done that for the Verdan. Now I am a responsible adult, kind of. And so they are right now in that. They're like the youngsters in a sense. So the youngsters have a lot of freedom, obviously, because they're just basically young Verdans, or considered young Verdans. They're Gorans, but they do have certain restrictions, right? For example, Goran cannot just go around and, I don't know, vote and stuff, for example, or cannot just, certain things are just restricted. You wouldn't have a 14-year-old want to, fly a plane. So,
Fair.
That would be irresponsible.
But
14-year-old going to war, though.
Well, that's just
Wait.
good, clean fun for the whole family. We do that every morning.
so the next thing was how do you integrate them into society? And so I was thinking, Gorans would be very good with all kinds of stuff. They would be good with the fields, joining the fields. They would also be good in just having their own, their own little niche thing. That's like, hey, this is our thing, and we are the ones who can do it, and we're the ones who can do it well. And so I was thinking, aren't Goran very, very good with like flowers?
Their faces look like flowers.
But can they also keep flowers?
We don't think they have anything special that specifically allows them, like, nature abilities. We guess farmhands, herbalists, and hermits, do exist. But they can be scholars, etc.
Because I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if they had their own, like, little beekeeping complex?
Oh, we like that. We like bees. Sorry, guys. We love bees too much. And then Iset said bees, and you know what? Whatever we had thinking before, you just do bees. You do you, man. If you want to do bees, please do bees.
Well, basically, what I was thinking is, you have those, creatures come in, not quite knowing what they want to do, not quite knowing what they're supposed to do, not quite knowing what life is like. And so the Verdan are here, okay, look, this is how our culture works, this is how our society works, but there is something that you can do that most of us cannot, and this is bees, and here, look, you have already a face that looks like a flower, you can lure them around and stuff, and you have like all these advantages, you can totally go for bees, and there you go.
We love
that is a fair point.
We love that without any knowledge of the Goran at all, you came to that conclusion, and even though we don't know if there's any efficacy or, like, logic to it, we don't know, it sounds good, it feels right. We're gonna roll with that shit. Like, let's go, okay. You've set up with your, what, nearly 500 dudes or whatever? You've set up, you're nearly 600 dudes. You've set up a beekeeping brigade.
Yes.
Oh, so when I see plant people and I go, oh, they can blend in with the fields and be like field hands and tenders and especially scarecrows for, people who are trying to steal stuff late at night, get into food stores or whatnot, they can just totally blend into the fields. That's racist. But when she's like, oh, your face looks like a flower, bees probably like you, that's fine.
Well, they're plants. Bees probably do like them.
I think the problem was more the fact that you are like, you know what, you can just stay there in the field and just like scare the stuff away, whereas the Verdans were like, oh, you know what, build your own structure and then you're all self-sufficient for yourself. I think it's not so much what they do, it's more how you sell it to them.
That's true. See, you went for servitude. She went for, hey, can you do this for me? As part of what you need to do to survive. Who's the bad guy?
I was thinking gainful employment. like the first jobs I could think of, mostly because, of what Inasai said. It's like, they don't have to do that stuff. I can find something else to do. And now that Nolix mentioned the bees, it's just like, yeah, they can do beekeeping if they want.
Of course, it's perfectly obvious.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's just like, damn, it's so obvious. Why didn't I think of that?
Honestly, amazed. We're amazed that none of you in the mining area have considered how awesome Goran would be for mining. You could have them work at night. Because they would always have a period where the sun was down anyway, and then they could come out and chill out in the sunlight during the day to get all of their food.
In the day, mine at night.
Well, the Goran are just perfect night workers, if you think about it.
The night shift.
Yeah, they're the perfect night shift. You do not have to feed them, because when they get off of work, dawn has come, and they have a quick dinner, and then go to sleep. A quick dinner of
I
sunlight.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then they wake up some point in the mid-afternoon or whatever, enjoy a nice, mid-afternoon sunlight, and then go to work. Yeah, we're amazed that nobody thought of that, because the Goran are like 6 feet tall. They're like proper little human people.
Me.
You lost a lot of them to Crocodile Island and the Chichesha, though.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the Goran and the Leshies decided where they'd go. The Crypt Spiders on where they went was decided on who accepted them.
Yep.
So, yeah. Does anybody have, because you have now a glut of labor, everybody go to the map, if you would, and please choose a square by its letter and number.
Oh, shit.
A3.
Or
A3?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't wonder why.
Oh no, it's a good thing. You have a glut of labor, so what's happening is you're getting to do some little project thingy. You said A3. Alright. We will note that A3 have been prospected. Alright, congratulations, Calden. You got your prospecting thing. You didn't find anything.
oh, okay, I get what's going on.
Yeah. So next, we'll say Anase. You have a bunch of new labor. Feel free to choose a square on the grid.
Alright, well, we'll stick a little close to home. E1.
E1.
Mace, did you say B1 or E1?
B1, right over here near the Grand
B1.
Waterfall.
Oh, sorry. B1. Grand Waterfall.
Yeah, that region.
Alright. Sorry. We will make a note that B1 has been prospected. Alright. Olek. Where
What
would
has been
you...
prospected so far?
Ah, excellent question. D6 and 7, A2 and A3, and B1 have all been prospected.
A2, you said?
Yes, A1, A2 and A3 have all been prospected. And A1 has the salt mines.
I'll go for B4.
B4? Okay.
The bogs.
Just looking real quick. No, we did. Okay. So, B4 has bog iron deposits, but that's all you can find.
Okay.
B1 and B4. Alright. And finally... Wait. Torner... Okay, sorry. Torner, you're with Tiantong. So, Seth. Choose a place. Speak with Torner about it if you so desire. For the record, as we recall... Yeah. We have deposits over there. We don't remember specifically. We'll tell you which one.
I was saying C5.
C5?
I was gonna say, you said there were deposits somewhere, and you highlighted something that was like, were you talking about C5 or what?
Yeah, C5 and C6.
Alright, because I remember there was like copper.
Yeah, there was
that's
copper
the
there.
copper area.
Keep in mind, the map did get a little cropped when I upscaled things, so the 6 and 7 are off grid.
I was gonna say, could I just use Commune with Nature to, pretty much figure out what's within 3
There
miles?
you go. Thinking like a druid.
Yes, now you are thinking like a druid. Please do your thing.
Alright, yeah.
Please,
and
please,
for prospecting?
Yeah, okay.
I would say, we should probably go south, and because since this area is decently already, since these two here are already prospected.
Remember, Commune with Nature is specific. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area: terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people, powerful celestial, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes of existence, and buildings. And obviously, if you choose influence from other planes of existence, everybody's gonna look at you like you're a dumbass, and then gesture over to the many interdimensional portals that you've got here, as you do.
We have a lot.
Every tree is going to give you a stern look.
Yeah, every tree is going to give you a stern look, like, an RL, please. For example, you could determine the location of powerful undead in the area, the location of major sources of safe drinking water, and the location of any nearby towns. So, for example, you could find the location of any specific one type of mineral that you would be looking for. So, if you said, I would like to find the location of all copper in the area, you would know the full extent of the place.
Right. Alright, so... Well, actually, since we got 2 druids, I was gonna say, if we just have Gnarl and Torner just position themselves, kind of, sort
6
of...
miles apart?
Yeah, pretty much 6 miles apart. We could prospect this entire side.
Alright, actually, we like the idea you're going for. Appropriately place yourselves on map 6 miles apart, wherever you want. Right. Remembering that you create a radius effect.
Me.
Wait a minute, can I depict that? What happens when I do this?
Oh, wait, I think I know. How?
You guys have way more radius than you need. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
We assume you will both be asking the same questions. It's big.
Yeah,
it's big.
I was gonna say, I gave my token an aura, and holy crap.
So place your token somewhere.
I was gonna say, we could just prospect both sides of the lake, really.
Yeah.
So,
the canyon's 6 miles wide, and it's widest.
It's frankly amazing none of you have thought about that before, since you've had Commune with Nature, as we recall, like, from your staves ever since.
I get it from my sir.
That was.
And I think it has come up before. This is the first time it's actually been immediately relevant.
Torner, can you give yourself glowy, just like an RL, and then you will be able to place yourselves appropriately. Apart from
I can try. I don't really know how.
It's in your token.
It's a token setting. You click your token, click the gear, and token aura.
And just FYI, now all of you can see it too.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
I don't like that.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it just occurred to me that aura might not be visible to everybody else who isn't the DMs.
Here we go.
There we go. I'm moving.
What do you want to go somewhere like here in Arl?
I'm just gonna say, I'm guessing these 2 grids up here have also been prospected already?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but Torner could get them.
Or just
Fair.
flying out to the middle of the lake to cast a spell.
He
No,
could
I'm-
actually do that.
I'm trying to turn my aura on right now, and it's not cooperating with me.
You just gotta put in a
You
number
gotta
for the distance.
I was like, you also have to hit save settings after you've got it set.
Bars, token aura, radius 3 miles.
Have you thought of the minerals that you're looking for yet?
It was yeah, we'll want to discuss that. So with two of us, we can.
What's going on?
Should we do the same 3, or should we do 6 different ones? Or
I'm thinking maybe we can do shit. Oh yeah, I need to go up there. We can prospect for the same things. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
For different elements.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So we already have copper. So I don't think we'll need to do that. We're pulling out plenty of copper. I'm thinking
Yeah.
iron,
So
silver, maybe.
yeah,
So iron, silver. What would be a good fourth?
Wait,
A
didn't we
third
have
one.
salt? Didn't we turn the salt mine into something else?
No, the salt mine just has a portal to a new dimension that has nearly everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Salt
just
is
looking
totally
for stuff that's
silver.
easier to access.
What were you saying,
see
Charlie?
here.
Oh yeah, salt's still there.
We're looking for iron. We're looking for what was that second one?
Silver.
Silver. And
Are you wanting to do on the Tiantong side, or are you wanting to do on the other side? It's important, obviously.
yeah, where I'm at right now, none of this stuff has been prospected yet, has it?
No, it has.
All of everything except for A4 and then B3.
And C 4 and 5.
By the way, I don't remember, was there nothing found in B1? I don't remember hearing a no.
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
At least not that our silly little notes right now say.
So probably
Iron,
prospect.
silver for sure, and we got a salt mine.
We got salt.
We got copper.
We got copper. I kind of want to say gold, but like that's really only good for like current. Well, I mean that's good for currency, but like
It's only money.
It's only money. It's only good for paying people.
yeah.
We have better things than just money.
Well, my thought process is get the most uses first, because like silver, yes, is also good for gold, but it's also good for other things like fighting off things that are weak to silver. Actually, shit, that's the only thing I can think of.
Making holy water.
Oh yeah, making holy. Well, who here can make holy water though? Right.
Is that a mantine, a mineral that can be mined?
It certainly is. It is a very rare fantasy metal, but yeah.
That might be a little too rare.
Yeah. But hey, if we're communing with nature and we can't find a third one, we can give it a shot.
Hear me out.
Mhm.
Forget what the druid stat block says. The class stats. Adamantine armor, so a gnarl can't be crit into the floor anymore.
Yeah, kind of hard to do
have
with.
a vested interest. Alright, so
I would say we don't have to limit our mineral search to just metals, though.
yeah. So how about
it says
Nice
mineral.
amethysts and rubies.
how about
like
the
that.
precious stone?
Yeah, we could do a stone.
Okay, I have a question.
Alright.
We have iron and we have silver. Do we also have copper?
Yeah, copper is Tiantong's big thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
oh no, she wouldn't think of this. I was about to say tin to make bronze, but then I realized Naro wouldn't think of that.
True.
I
I'm
love
happy with what we
that
got
we
right
have
now.
2 druids trying to excavate the region for metal.
For metal, yeah.
I know, right?
Two druids banging their heads together to try to find out what metal to get.
Yeah.
What metals do the other people use?
I don't know. I don't use metal anymore.
I barely remember what copper tastes like.
I know they use iron for nails.
What about aluminum?
Yeah.
Aluminum wouldn't be like a thing yet that's understood.
Yeah, aluminum's a pretty modern, useful metal because, back in the day, it was really hard to separate out, if I remember correctly. So it wasn't very useful. But aluminum
before the 1800s, bauxite was just a rock.
Yeah.
Aluminum was the most expensive metal.
It hadn't even been discovered yet back then.
I think Napoleon's
let's,
most fancy set of silverware was made of aluminum.
What do we got?
So, somebody open the periodic table here.
I pretty much Googled useful metals. And copper, iron, those two pop up immediately.
Well,
Zinc.
think about what metals you need for money, and then move on from there.
Yeah, I guess we could do gold for the third one.
You have copper.
Oh,
You're looking for silver. There's
You
gold,
could
and
also
then
just dig
platinum.
for diamonds.
I was saying, I did have a thought.
Or you could just dig for diamonds. Oleg is absolutely right.
What if? Because that's a gold and silver. So if we, how easy are those to separate though?
Gold?
Which
Gold and-
metals?
Gold and silver have different melting points and can, as a matter of fact, just be smelted apart from each other.
Okay, so we could
Yeah.
combine the two and just see if we can find any electrum deposits.
Well, you'll find gold and silver together regardless. Yeah, if you.
So yeah, okay. So now we're back to needing a third option.
Yep. All
So
right,
iron, electrum.
silver, iron.
I mean, we're just telling you
Iron, electrum,
the fourth currency is platinum, as you guys probably should know.
Platinum. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do platinum.
Let's just get them. Let's look for the money metals.
Yeah.
Let's look for the money metals. Yeah.
Iron,
All
silver, and
metal
platinum.
is money metal. If you're entrepreneurial enough.
All right, so you're looking for iron, silver, and platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like this is a one shot. We can reprospect another time.
Another time, yeah. All right. So
Heck, the next day we can both go across the shore and just do it again. Actually,
no, that requires downtime. This is special thing. Okay, stop going fucking crazy here. Okay. All right.
Let's not get crazy.
All right. Bog iron is available in the Northeast Bogs. You know that much. You can find that. It's in nodules. Silver is in 2 seconds.
There's silver in them hills.
B5 and B6 has silver in it.
oh,
Yes.
all right.
In the hills. And then platinum. 2 seconds.
Oh, no, you're rolling for it. Never mind. Ignore me.
No, it's all already rolled.
And we'll ignore you.
Platinum is an A5 and A6.
So you found all the good stuff. Meanwhile, Lenarlo's just sitting out in the field with some animals nuzzling up on her.
Hold
and just
on,
going,
he's working down the grid. He may not have gotten to you yet.
Relax.
No, you're burnt. You're burnt. No, you're burnt, Narl. Sorry.
Oh,
But you guys did find major silver and platinum deposits.
Oh.
Yes. The silver is sustainable and it's pretty garbagey. It's mostly mixed with copper and lead. But, it's every 100 pounds you pull out of the mountain, only 58 of them will be silver. But 22 of those pounds will be copper, and 18% of those pounds will be lead.
Yeah, so some other useful minerals.
Yeah, you're pulling out what the ancients would call orichalcum.
But not actual orichalcum.
No, actual orichalcum as opposed to fantasy orichalcum.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the platinum is relatively pure. It's almost native, but instead it's mostly platinum copper mixes. About 13% of what you pull out will be copper, while 87% will be platinum.
Wow.
And it is a sustainable thing. Congratulations. You have one moment. A5. A5 and A6. And B5 and B6. Alright, congratulations, Druids. You have found the community that sweet, tasty, precious metal.
Mm-hmm.
And you, at the very least, know that you can replenish this particular supply of iron with the bog iron.
Yeah.
You know that this bog iron, however, will only replenish itself about once a generation.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can only harvest this the northeast bogs once in this campaign. It will restore. It will restore the community's iron stores.
I mean, we just got to melt down the box.
You guys were already running low when you made the box.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks,
so it will restore the community's iron stores if you scour the northeast bogs. But you will only be able to scour the northeast bogs once in this campaign.
Alright.
When you said once a generation, I was thinking once in a gnarl generation or a generation?
human
generation. 20 years.
The average, the human average. The humans are the barometer for everything in D&D.
20 years.
They're even defined as average with their tens.
Yep. We like it. Okay, so Olek, you put the Gorons to work via beekeeping and farming. Dalnama is putting the spiders to work mining and the Leshies to work scarecrowing. And what are you doing with your Goron? Did you get Goron? We don't remember.
Maybe? Hold on, let me double check.
Yeah, you got a lot of Goron.
Yeah, you have almost 1,200 Goron. What are you doing with them?
I guess more mine hands.
The night shift.
The night shift.
Alright, so you're putting on over 1,000 more miners to pull salt, we suppose, out.
You are going to move literal mountains. You are going to move literal fucking mountains.
Alright.
I'm going to take Mountain Home and push it somewhere else.
Oh, jeez. Hey, Lasatha, you're having your Goran do what again?
We're gonna be farming.
Yeah. Farming? They're just gonna farm and dredge out the fields, same with the Leshies?
Yeah.
We can dig it. So
I probably can't
Listen,
put all
I have-
1,000 miners in there.
I have millions of tons of hemp. We're gonna make that more.
just gonna
And then you're just
suck
gonna
up
cover
all
the
the
whole valley
water.
in a big blanket.
Just gonna suck up all the water in the moist
Wait.
fields. That'll do
Wait,
it.
Calden, are you enacting your secret BBEG plan to cover the valley in hemp and then collaborating with Torner set it all on fire for a glorious blaze it?
We
Hey,
mean
even the painted lady might lose focus with that much.
it is an option, certainly.
There's no war anymore. We're all just happily stoned.
We like
And even
that
fucking
we like that your response to getting nearly 8,000 people that don't need to eat is to make more food.
You feed the other people. You people eat what they feed you.
We mean, if it works, we
But
guess.
that's not necessarily all of it. If you have, for example, the lashes working as farmhands, then maybe you have other people that previously might have been useful in other situations, and so you can, keep the lashes there and use those for something else.
That's true.
Yeah.
So are you going to send off tons of grand miners to the platinum and silver areas? Or are you just gonna leave that place for now? Cause
I'm going. I will.
Yeah, me too.
money, okay.
do it.
People are all like,
We found those shiny
there
metals you
was-
guys like.
Yeah, we heard there was platinum in them bar hills, and even though it's not gold, we're totally cool with that.
I have a question about the bog iron, Shy.
Sure.
Actually, more accurately, what is cold iron in this world?
Cold iron is iron that is specifically handled and shaped without the use of heat. Usually with magic, but
So
it can
bog
be otherwise.
iron is pure enough that it can be worked without being refined.
No,
No?
because bog iron nodules are like the size of an acorn to the size of like a bowling ball.
Alright.
So you need to heat them all the way up because the average like bog iron nodule is not big enough to make anything out of.
Alright.
Yeah. Really, what you'll be doing actually is people will be going into the bogs, in tall boots and everything like that with shovels and big metal poles, basically, and they will pull around in the crags and poke around into the crags of the bog. And then if they hit something, they'll reach down and grab it if it's a big nodule. But if they're just kind of cracking through little metal pebbles or whatever, they'll have people, usually teenagers in a historical sense, come out with shovels and literally just start shoveling off the top several inches of the bog. And then they'd put them in giant sifters, which would let the dirt fall through, but which would keep the metal. They'd pour those metal into giant pots or whatever, and then put those pots into forges and bloomeries. Fun fact.
Hey, all this. What I'm hearing is that you need to teach me how to smith so I can fabricate all that into cold iron weapons.
Dish you out a smith points itself. Hello?
Can you cast fabricate?
Technically, yes.
In 7 levels. Something like that.
Obviously, you can do it from a scroll.
Yeah, but it's not going to be worth the time to make the scroll for each casting of fabricate.
Real.
That's the problem here. After 2 scrolls, it is easier, time-wise, which is our main limiting factor here, to just teach me how to smith. That's the problem. It takes 2 scrolls before it becomes sunk cost.
So, over the course of the next week, y'all are going to have to tell us in your lists exactly how many people are going to do platinum and silver and mining and all that good stuff. Also, remember that you have full plate suits of armor now, meaning that to a very, very small amount of people, the mine, the Omni mine, is open.
Oh, I just had a hilarious idea.
Aldous will always be leading those expeditions.
Well, here's what I was thinking. Aldous advertises, to like, any wannabe adventurers, hey, come help escort the mining crew and fight and go on an adventure in these deadly mines.
I believe I had a similar arrangement with an RP with Izeth, with some of the Verdan who visited Dalnama, is essentially if you're willing to work, we'll give you the tools, they'll be yours, I have to do the work. So, pretty much anybody can get the suit of armor as sort of a work uniform, if you will, if they're willing to put on the dangers.
That's funny. So, how many people can you have in Dalnama right now? Have you figured it out?
How many people, like, how much in the land physically support? I have no idea how I do that.
No. How many suits of armor do you have that people can wear to keep from getting chopped up in your stupid super mine? That is how many people you can have in your mine.
We never did divvy up the armor.
Yeah, okay,
I
so
think
that's
it
what
should
we're
all be
talking about.
going to the fucking mine that needs it to be used.
That is literally what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How many?
There
It's
are 10
okay.
suits of full plate, 20 suits of half plate.
Alright, we think half plate actually can get them. Half plate's
I believe
plus 5.
so. We just didn't want to do it because it was too expensive. Yeah, 15. You wanted plus 5 from artificial armor, so yeah, 15 would work.
Excellent. Alright. So, yeah, that's it was kind of a shorty little episode here, but it wasn't gonna be super long over the next week. Please,
Okay,
guys.
now here is a question.
Oh,
Inara, do
yeah.
you want to fight about this whole, goblin issue? Or do you just want to, like, leave it be?
Ooh.
I mean, we could do it for the camera because, like, in Gnarl's idea of helping to rehabilitate the goblins would have been have them have their own little garden, teach them nature, show them that have them grow their own food, be like, and enjoy the fruits of their labor and all that kind of stuff, like show them that they have a place in the world in nature. Then Oleg's over here like, hey, let's just starve them.
This is amazing.
There's probably a dwarven proverb that goes, "A man who swings a hammer to destroy has never been taught how to swing a hammer to build."
A person
You probably say
who
that.
eats a plant that has been planted by the enemy might not live the next day.
I'm again, it's their garden. They aren't going to be giving their stuff away to the other people. These plants they grow are for them.
So what I'm hearing is that you're going to take prisoners of war and give them free food and the means to produce it.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they can also plot in how to avenge themselves. Beautiful.
Let's say they'd be unmonitored, but she
So you're gonna have an open air prison? Or are you gonna have a plantation?
Oh my god!
Oh damn! This got dark real quick.
I started trying to avoid an outcome that doesn't involve executing hundreds of people at once. Any plan that isn't executing them is somehow going to sound worse than just killing them.
Well, the point is, with the starving, it's not like they don't get food. They get less and less and less and less and less to make them be more susceptible to actually fixing it up. Basically, they have, right now, this mindset of like, oh, the Grey Lady is awesome and they're gonna come and help us and whatever. And you have to get them to the point where they jump over their conviction that the Lady in Grey comes for them. So when they're hungry enough and they have the ability to say, like, you know what, if we do this, if we follow this guy, if we act this way, if we have this, and if we declare ourselves, whatever, if we declare the Grey Lady horrible and stuff, then they know, first of all, that they get into trouble if the Grey Lady comes back, but they also know they will get food again, right? And they get out, which is another thing.
But
So
how,
what
how
I'm
can they
hearing,
have
what I'm
I would say,
hearing-
hold on. How
Alright.
can they have independence if they can't grow their own food, though?
Or they can grow it once they have stopped being the puppets of the Grey Lady.
What I'm hearing is that you are going to radicalize these guys against their own kingdom, their own majesty, through torture.
And all do it through nature. You know how the Harengon were radicalized against the Fae.
I will radicalize you. Hands you an apple.
Go commit crime. Hands a carrot.
So,
All I'm saying is, if you're not gonna torture them, they probably should be bound up in irons and under constant watch.
they're
But
in
that, in the
Tiantong's prison.
Yeah.
I'm talking about if you're doing anything like what Inara wants to do, or what I've considered doing, which is putting them to work in the mines.
I mean, Calden's fine with Oleg's plan. Mostly. He has some reservations about the starvation part, but, like, the principle is sound.
Strength Wizard will approach the party saying, "What's this I hear about starvation? Don't you know that food and nutrition is one of the 3 legs of the 3-legged stool of fitness?" Oleg, you can't be taking people's food away from them. After all, without food, they won't have the strength to lift themselves out of tyranny. How can you make the right decisions when you can't even have the strength to do that much?
I got an idea. Hear me out. I got an idea. Strength Wizard. He can take them, and they can build a gym and a coliseum.
Oh my God.
Actually, that's an idea we hadn't thought of, but that's kind of cool.
Wait, a temple to lift.
They can build a temple to lift in.
They can't. If you're too hungry to lift yourself up, you're too hungry to have the strength to make the right decisions in life.
Exactly! And I want them to make the wrong decision for their mind so that they don't join the Grey Lady but us.
But that's the right
I know it sounds crazy
decision.
and all. I know it sounds crazy and all, but I'm down with this whole temple lift thing. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
You've already noticed that
I can't believe
Torrid
I'm saying this, but Oleg is making sense.
How can they lift themselves out from under the tyranny of the Grey Lady if they can't even lift themselves off of the ground for starvation?
Exactly.
But they clearly couldn't when they got food. And so maybe they should just sit down and let the other people lift them up.
But that's the Grey Lady. That's what the Chaos would do.
Ooh,
Chaos
that's a
got
solid
them
point.
bad, I don't know.
And you got to keep in mind they were probably already living under horrible conditions. Some of them flinch if you so much as move a hand too fast.
Mostly the goblins.
Yeah, mostly the goblins.
Wait, watch.
Oh, this is going to
I
be
just
a
wonderful one real quick.
deserved I told you so.
I don't think we'd be having this discussion in front of them.
Wonderfully deserved I told you so. I am washing my hands of this conversation. I'm going to... Nope, I'm going to just say I told you so when this backfires on you guys.
I'm going to leave some hemp and go home.
Oh boy.
Look over here like, you know what? I got nothing to do with this. I have my hemp ire. I'm going home.
Torner's sitting in his home drinking and has this weird feeling that Oleg might be making some sense.
Oleg's been making a lot of sense for a long time. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
Why
it's
do I
not
get
like
the feeling
making
there's an
sense. Maybe
ideological
everyone else is
debate
just going
going on?
crazy.
I mean, there might be a way to combine the two methods that doesn't involve, starving them to death.
Well, I'm not starving them to death. I'm just starving them to the point where they change their mind.
Yes, but if we can show them the compassion that the Grey Lady doesn't show them, that can also change their mind.
No.
Just no.
That's not how it
You convinced me.
A temple of lift is the greatest idea for their rehabilitation. And the temple of lift requires nutrition, ample and plentiful.
You know what? If you think you can all do so much better, why don't you keep them and starve them and not starve them and make them fat and lazy and sit in prison and whatever else you want to do with them, and I'm just keeping myself out of it, and if they poison you all and kill you all, I warned you. Just like with the Grey Lady.
Oh dear.
You're right, we should just kill them all.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
what's up? Sorry, and Driver down are just in agreement, just going.
Hey, we'll be right back, guys.
Say,
Feel
I
free to
told
keep
you so.
talking. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Chico, what are you doing, Chico? What are you doing?
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, they both got
What's
points.
the idea so far? So, Turner, what's your idea?
I honestly would turn them over to Strength Wizard as disciples and teach them the school of lift, and it'll give them an outlet. And he's got a valid point.
I don't think the 20th level NPC will solve our problem for us.
No. And remember that Strength
Yeah.
Wizard wants to lift you out of the chaos.
Yeah, he does. He may need a few extra hands to do it, though.
Yeah, so basically you send the goblins just straight back to the Grey Lady.
He's going to form an army, and it's going to have military ranks that are just muscle groups.
Alright, we're back.
It's biceps.
Are you talking about having the glutes and the bis and the tris and the quads and all that as actual army formations?
As actual military ranks, hell yeah.
The muscle army marching just looks like, a marching band doing an image of a person.
Well, obviously, we all know that the glutes are the largest force, followed quickly thereafter by the core. Well, with the fact that the gluteus maximus is the largest muscle group,
I don't know, Strength Wizard's shoulders might put his own ass to shame.
Well, whoa, he never skips leg day. And every day is leg day! So we like that this is clearly alluding to, a future Temple of Lift.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh, so did we
What
hear?
is-
Sorry, we had our rooster was freaking out. So we had to go check it. Was Oleg alluding to washing his hands of the POWs?
No, he said that
Okay.
if the people want to go crazy, then he does not want to participate. But if they want to go crazy, then he will also keep that in mind. And the next time there is something that they want, he will remember that. Because to him, this is his people. He wants to do what is best for his people, which he thinks are addicts, by the way. It's not like he thinks, they're like just enemies or something. He thinks they're addicted to the chaos. Which makes it funny, by the way.
And here's the thing. Nature is pretty orderly, so, there's an order to how plants grow. They don't just, go from seed to tree to little flower. No, they have an order to them.
What do you
Plants
mean?
are-
A tree
I
first
gotta
has to be a
bounce
tree
real
and
quick.
then it flowers. A tree doesn't have a flower and then turns into... This makes no sense.
Yeah, you might want to be careful with metaphors around Oleg.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I keep
I
forgetting about
gotta bounce
Question.
out, guys. Sorry.
Can you guys still hear the fan?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around
Occasionally when you
Oleg,
talk.
Fucking Christ.
Alright, so,
Oleg, you have to word your metaphors more carefully than you do a wish spell.
so, guys, talk about this over the week break. We liked what happened today. It was very exciting and fun. Everybody feel free to say goodbye, and we'll wrap today up.
But
Later.
Bye.